to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George.
Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists. Today we are celebrating some good-ass movies from the year 2024. We are talking the 97th Academy Awards, the 2025 Oscars. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Obviously, this is a little bit of a bonus episode for us on the Cinementalists. We usually talk about one movie, and then we did the top 100 a couple weeks back. But yeah, this is it's too big. It's too big of a holiday for us movie fans. You know, I'm a big fan of the Oscars. I know a lot of people like to dismiss them and not take them too seriously, and frankly, I don't take them incredibly seriously either. It's just a fun night to celebrate movies, you know? I got drunk, sat in front of a TV, and yelled at my TV like it was a fucking football game, you know? My parents kept walking by thinking it was funny as fuck. Me being like, God damn it, you gotta be fucking kidding me, you know?
Yeah, these are our sports, or I don't know.
Exactly,
this is even though I still like to watch sports too.
Oh, I still love me some football. Yeah, I still love me some football. But like, no, that's the thing is nobody else in my house gives a flying fuck about the Oscars. And then I'm standing there in the living room, standing hands on my knees with a can of alcohol in one of my hands. You know, yeah, no, I had a great time watching it last night. I think that it was a great show. Conan O'Brien was a great host. That's just he's kind of meant for that format. He's incredible at it, and he was so funny. Got a couple of great shots off. First time in a couple years that I felt like the person hosting the Oscars loved the movies. Even if he didn't love the movies, he acted like he loved the movies, which is what we're supposed to be doing when we're at the Oscars, to me. So I appreciated that a great deal. The only joke he made about the length of a movie was about The Brutalist, which at 3 hours and 35 minutes, it was gonna get a little bit of a barb. I think Conan said, "The Brutalist. I loved The Brutalist so much. I didn't want it to end, and good news, it didn't."
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
But see, that's still framing it. That's still framing it in a positive way. Like I didn't want it to end, and it didn't. You know,
okay.
You know, it's not like he's like, "Wow, that was way too fucking long. I hated it." You know, like that's why I'm like, it was. He was very, very good at it, you know, halfway through the show being like, all right, we're halfway through the show. Now it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out on stage and call Drake a pedophile. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that was very good. I sadly got into it a little late. That was really early in my viewing, hearing that. So like he was coming out spitting for me. I don't know. It was really good. I wish I got the whole thing in, but
dude, when Honora saw some success and Conan said, well, it looks like Americans are just happy to see someone stand up to a powerful Russian.
Yeah, and everyone like, the crowd reaction to that was there was a lot of politics in the crowd and in some of the speeches, which was really nice. Surprising politics for some of them. I was very surprised they allowed, or kind of not allowed, I guess. I don't know. Maybe
but didn't
it was
censor.
Yeah. Like hopefully it was just truly the winner, you know, for whatever. And but I don't know if this is true. Can you pay for a Grammy? Can you buy the win? Is that even possible, or is that a rumor? Is that like?
I mean, that's not like an official practice or anything, but it's not like you can be like, okay, Academy, here's my money. I want this award. No, you can't. But I think that the idea is that it's political and it can be quote unquote bought. You know, like you can, and I think that all comes down to campaigning and the awards campaign leading up to the awards and leading up to the voting and everything. Just kind of how much money you're able to pour into promotion. You know,
it is kind of like a political race in a sense. Yeah, like for just kind of. But more of like, I love my movie so much, I want it to win. Instead of hopefully people just being like, okay, Academy, like sliding money under the table. I don't really think that's going on for the movies. And I guess Honora, you know, more independent, I guess. Which
it was only a $6 million budget. It was it's a relatively small film, you know, and Honora obviously won the night with five Oscars, 4 of which went straight to Sean Baker, which has never happened for the same movie, because he wrote, edited, directed, and produced, which means he got the award for Best Original Screenplay, Best Editing, Best Director, and Best Picture.
Wow. Damn. Yeah, that's... in the one Best Picture award, he got all of those for Best Picture? Or you mean like he just, of the other awards that he won, he got those as well? Or like that there were... Because for Best Picture, when everyone goes up there, they all get their own individual trophy, right? So like... So you're saying...
Yeah, probably. No, I mean, no, the movie Honora won Best Director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It won Best Editing. It won Best Original Screenplay, and it won Best Picture. And he produced the movie, and the producer gets the award for Best Picture.
Okay. I see. I get you now. Because I thought at first you were saying that like for Best Picture they had to basically make 4 trophies with his name on it over and over
because he did all of that stuff. But since he did produce the movie, he gets to take home the fucking trophy for it. So it was the first time since Walt Disney to take home 4 awards in the same night.
Oh my goodness. Damn.
Which is insane. And people were like, what about Bong Joon-ho? And like, I kind of get that. But he won Best International Film for Parasite, which is awarded technically to South Korea. It's not. It's awarded to the country? It's literally the country. Yeah, it's literally the country. It's not the person who made the movie. Because every country around the world gets one submission. You get one movie that you submit to the Oscars. Like, this is our movie for the year.
Wow. That's interesting. Kind of like a little mini Olympics.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's actually a pretty cool practice, and people have always been like, why is the foreign film so limited? Well, and I'm like, every country, a lot of countries have their own award show, you know? Like that's we get one foreign film or a few foreign film nominations in other countries, you know, like that's kind of how it goes. I don't know. But I don't. But that's the thing, is that we still do. They've grown, I feel like, to include a lot more foreign film also. You know, like in the Best Picture nominees, we did have I'm Still Here and Amelia Perez, which were both nominated for Best Foreign Language Film, or Best International Film, I should say. And I was really, really pleased with I'm Still Here taking that one home. I was very happy with that, because I'm staunchly anti-Amelia Perez. It going 2 for 13 made me very happy, with one of them being Best Original Song, which was a category that I didn't have a lot of stake in anyway, because my favorite original song of the year wasn't even nominated, so I was like, fuck it then. Claw Machine by Sloppy Jane and Phoebe Bridgers. That shit goes up. Was in I Saw the TV Glow. But yeah, like I'm Still Here taking that win was very, very pleasing, and it was relatively early in the night, so it was one of those things where it was like, oh, sweet, Amelia Perez isn't winning that much if I'm Still Here beat it in international film, you know, like it can't win Best Picture at this point, you know, because they were both also nominated for that, which was a great deal of joy for me. But I actually got to watch I'm Still Here the night before the Oscars, and I got 3 in under the wire. I'm talking within 24 hours of the ceremony. I watched I'm Still Here, I watched The Seed of the Sacred Fig, which were both nominated for Best International Film, and then literally the movie ended at 6:00 and I had to turn on the Oscars, The Brutalist. So I got all 3 of those in under the wire. Bringing my total for the year to 27 of the 35 feature films nominated. I missed 3 of the documentaries, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, Black Box Diaries, and Porcelain War. Didn't get a chance to watch those. As far as feature films that were nominated, I missed the Elton John and Tyler Perry movies, which were original song. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not watching an entire Tyler Perry movie for a song.
True.
And then the 3 big ones, like, and not to dismiss the documentaries, I would love to get around to them as soon as possible, because I quite enjoyed the 2 that I did watch. But The Apprentice, didn't end up watching that, so I didn't round out the Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor categories for my viewing. Better Man, which was the Robbie Williams biopic where he's a monkey. That was nominated for VFX, and it was kind of like, well, they can't win. There's a movie with a lot of monkeys, and they only have one monkey, so that's like that sucks. But
yeah, damn.
So those two, and then there was one more. What was the other one? The Girl with the Needle, another international film entry that I didn't get a chance to get around to, but.
Yeah,
I did pretty good. This year.
Yeah, I don't think you should feel too bad because.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, no, I'm clocking in with a big total this year. Six movies that I got to. I feel really bad. I do feel really bad. And I think.
Hey, don't worry. I'll talk us through us here.
Yeah, I think I am getting better. I've seen a lot more movies just in general, but maybe just not of the ones that were.
Well, that was the thing, dude. Like leading up to the Oscars, I feel not pressure. Like I want to do it. It's not like I want to. I don't have FOMO. It's not like I feel like I have to watch all the movies at the Oscars. I want to. It's a fun project. We're about to celebrate these movies. Let's dive in. But the second, like last night, I was laying in bed. I was like, I can watch old movies again. I was like, yeah, I can watch old movies again. Let's go. Because like for a couple weeks here, I'm just blitzing 2020 something shit. But and but it is a great deal of fun. I watched every movie that won an Oscar last night. I saw. So that's a fun.
There you go.
I know all the winners. I knew what they all won for, and that's
yep.
It's a fun one. So like I said, I only missed a few, and none of them won. So let's talk some of these winners. I do want to start with let's start with international film since we were right there with I'm Still Here, Amelia Perez, The Seed of the Sacred Fig. The other two nominations were Flow, which did win Best Animated Film, and The Girl with the Needle, which I didn't see. I watched I'm Still Here and The Seed of the Sacred Fig within 24 hours of the ceremony. My favorite from the category was actually The Seed of the Sacred Fig, which I didn't see coming. I thought it was going to be I'm Still Here. I didn't watch the greatest version of I'm Still Here. I'll say wink, wink, nudge, nudge, because it's not available on digital and hasn't shown in theaters near me. So I wanted to get it in under the wire, had to do what I had to do. But I don't think that affected it very much for me. I still cried a lot. It's really, really hard hitting. Yeah, exactly. And it's based on a true story of a congressman who was disappeared by the fascist regime reigning in Brazil in 1970, and the effect it had on his family and what they do in the wake of his disappearance, and basically what it was like living in that period. Now, I think I would massively prefer I'm Still Here winning versus Amelia Perez, which was the one I was concerned about. I didn't think the Seed of the Sacred Fig had a chance because I'm Still Here and Amelia Perez were nominated for Best Picture also. So it was kind of like, well, these two are the race for Best International. But I would much prefer it. But I think it's a weird example of what the movie is about propelling it versus the way the movie tells that story. Because I think it's solid. I think it's a good movie. But I don't think it's a fucking brilliant movie. Fernanda Torres, the lead actress, is great. She's absolutely astounding, and she got nominated for Best Actress. I personally would have picked her to win, but the depiction of what they go through, it actually happened. It actually happened to people. It's based on a book by the son in the movie, which is cool. The kid in the movie grows up and wrote a book that this movie is based on. So it's like there's a lot of really real emotion and really raw emotion, but it's because I'm watching something that absolutely happened, and that's harrowing. It's not so much the way they depict that it happened. So I mean, like, and I don't want that to come off like I'm down on I'm Still Here. I'm not. I think it's a good movie, and I'm super glad it won international over Amelia Perez. But yeah, it was upon watching, I thought it was an interesting Best Picture nom, kind of like okay, sure, hell yeah. And a lot of them are like that this year. To be fair,
the speech was great. I don't know, that was I'm glad that I at least caught the winning speech for it and got to. I don't know. I didn't really catch a whole lot of the show. I guess just the last half, but that was I don't know. It was moving. I don't know. It was. I guess I don't know if. No, it was. I think that was before the memoriam, because that's when I started drinking. Was the whenever that we got
the in
to
memoriam.
That's whenever the drinking started. So, but the emotions definitely started before the drinking occurred, which was kind of there. It was damn. Yeah, it was kind of like, oh shit. So, and it was more just because it was real. Like, I'm looking at that dude standing right there talking about real world stuff going on, and yeah, that is an interesting kind of mix of movies in there, of like where you do have just actual real events and filming. Like, are they like what you're seeing in the in I'm Still Here? Is it the actual like it's the actual people that experienced it, but are they just retelling the story, or are you actually like
no
seeing...
you're watching actors
okay.
Portraying people that went through this, but not a lot of real footage used. I think that they save that mostly for the end of the movie, kind of the credits, like this is this guy, this is this girl, that sort of thing. But I mean, it is deeply affecting, and it's worth anybody's time, and I'm incredibly relieved that it won over Emilia Perez. But yeah, The Seed of the Sacred Fig is fucking electric. If you can watch that, you should. It's like the thing that I compared it to is like, in my head, it might not be super apt, but as I was watching it, it's what I was feeling. If The Shining wasn't fueled by supernatural forces, but a dedication to a socio-political mindset. Like, your dad loses his fucking mind because he's so dedicated to a certain regime of some sort. Like, his job has blinded him so much, his beliefs have blinded him so much that now he's fanatical, kind of.
Wow.
And how that would affect your family. But
yeah, okay, that was a good sell of the movie right there. I don't know. That was just to me, especially for a lover of The Shining.
And it's not like it's a horror movie, it's not like, it's not like that, but like just the very essence of the story feels like it's a pretty decent comparison. But yeah, so that was my favorite in the category. But I'll pivot to another one that I'm Still Here had a nominee with, and that's Best Actress. Fernanda Torres I would have been cool with Fernanda Torres or Demi Moore taking home Best Actress. Frankly, I would have been cool with anybody besides Carla Sofia Gascon taking home Best Actress. And it just really sucks that Carla Sofia Gascon ended up being a pretty shitty person, because you wanted to root for her. She was making history kind of in a movie that was, it wasn't a good movie to me, but she wasn't bad in it. By any stretch of the imagination. She was pretty good, so like, just sucks that it ended up being like, well, you suck, so we're definitely not going to give you this shit. But Mikey Madison taking it home, I can't really be upset with that. She's fucking incredible in Honora. I think she's really, really great. I think it's actually kind of hysterical that Demi Moore was up for The Substance and Mikey Madison won the award. The premise of The Substance is that Demi Moore's character is aging and they want someone younger.
Oh no.
They want someone younger, so she takes the substance to look like Margaret Qualley. No. So like there's a little bit of a meta, kind of a perfect post-credit scene for The Substance there with Mikey Madison winning the award. Granted, I mean, it's a whole other conversation. The Oscars, if they even recognize a horror movie for anything, it's kind of a miracle. They don't love genre films, so like them getting a little bit of love for The Substance and winning Best Makeup, which is huge. That's already really, really cool. Yeah, but my pick would have been Fernanda Torres or Demi Moore. Demi Moore would have been kind of a legacy award, even though she is great in The Substance. Don't get me wrong. I love Demi Moore, and I loved her work in The Substance. Fernanda Torres is really a powerhouse. And Mikey Madison, she's just electric. She's going to have a big career. I liked Sean Baker thanking Quentin Tarantino for casting her in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because without that, there wouldn't be an Honora. She like the part was made for her. He wrote it and was like, I want Mikey Madison to play this, which is cool. And she's fucking good in it, dude. You haven't watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
No, still not yet. Yeah, I know.
She's so fucking crazy in it, man. She's got a fucking crazy thing going on, man. That's kind of the vibe she brings.
Wow.
It's she's one of the Manson family. Yeah.
Okay.
So is Austin Butler and Maya Hawke.
Austin Butler is in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Damn.
Dude, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's branch off for what the actors who weren't Sydney Sweeney's in the movie. She's one of them. Margaret Qualley's in the movie. She's one of them. Yeah, like there's a lot of actors there that it's like, oh my god, they ended up doing some pretty massive things a few years later. But yeah, so I do like Mikey Madison a great deal, and if it's actually my favorite win for Honora all night. I'm not a huge Sean Baker guy. I think he's it's hard rooting for me for a Zionist. So like it's like I can't really like him, but I do. His craft is impressive. You know, it's a good looking movie. I think its screenplay win is my least favorite win for it on the night, and by extension, Best Picture. I don't think it's that well written. I think it's funny. I think it's sharp, but I don't think it's. I think it's a little too all over the place. It's not cohesive enough for me. I would have much rather seen, even The Substance, I would have rather seen take home original screenplay. But I think the movie that I ended up having in my official Oscar rankings, I ranked every category, by the way. I have every category. I would have loved to see A Real Pain take home that Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. I actually had Honora at 4th out of 5 nominees for Best Screenplay, and it ended up winning. A Real Pain was sharp, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Kieran Culkin won the first award of the night for Best Supporting Actor in that movie. And that's who I wanted. That's who won. I'm very, very happy with that. I loved that choice. It was a great way to kick off the night. His speech was hysterical. About a year ago when he won the Emmy for Succession, his wife had told him before that if he won the Emmy, they could try to have a third kid. And he was like, and she said that because she didn't think I would really win. And he was barbing her, you know, he was having fun. He was like, she said that because she didn't think I could win. And then I shit you not, I told her I wanted 4. And she told me that night, I've never brought this up since, I'm bringing it up now on the stage. I told her I wanted 4, and she told me that if I won an Oscar, we could do 4. So listen here, ye of little faith, you know, like he went in on her about how which is incredible. It's so fucking funny. I loved it. I love Kieran Culkin, and he is so good in A Real Pain. Jesse Eisenberg wrote an incredible script, directed an incredible movie. If you can watch A Real Pain pretty much ASAP, you should.
Wow.
It's it's one that's funny and sad and just kind of encompasses the human experience a little bit. I really, really do love it.
IMDb has really cool I think these are fan votes maybe, and it shows kind of all the nominees and who won, and he dominated supporting actor. He got 47% of the votes. I guess wherever this is coming from, and everyone else is like covering it at 10.
Supporting actor was a mind-numbingly thin category this year, for my money. You know, like the actors themselves are really, really talented. You know, I like Ed Norton. I like Guy Pearce. I like Jeremy Strong. I didn't watch The Apprentice, but I like Jeremy Strong. The thing for me is that like it was going to be Kieran Culkin or Yura Borisov for Honora. And I knew it wasn't going to be Yuri Borisov. So it was definitely going to be Kieran Culkin, was kind of how I felt about it. I think that the Guy Pearce nomination is an interesting one. He's solid in The Brutalist, but I personally think that there were better supporting performances. Ed Norton, as we know, was solid and a complete unknown, but hard to believe that there's nothing better than him. There's not 4 performances better than him. But yeah, I don't know. I quite enjoyed that choice. That was a good one. Most of the acting choices, I'm pretty satisfied with. Best actor ending up going to Adrian Brody. I can't knock it. He is absolutely incredible. He was my top 2 on the year for best actor. I had him at second behind Coleman Domingo. I would have preferred Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, which is an amazing movie and an amazing performance. But the work Adrian Brody does in The Brutalist is kind of astonishing. It is that good. He had another really funny speech, whenever they tried to play him off, and he's like, "No, turn off the music. I've done this before. I know what I'm doing." I was like, that's hard. That's hard. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Adrian Brody, man. So it's cool to see him succeed. And let's talk The Brutalist a little bit in the wake of its, AI controversy and stuff.
Yeah.
I obviously finally got to watch it yesterday, and I looked into it more because I'd heard very, very conflicting things. I was like, what am I getting into whenever am I going to be looking for AI the whole time? No, you're not. You're not going to be looking at it the whole time either. It was used to create some buildings. Generative AI was used to create some buildings. They're on pieces of paper that they move across the screen pretty quick. They just kind of slide past. So it's kind of like I don't know. Maybe I think that's what was generative AI. That's the thing too, is I can't tell, which is scary. That's not good. I don't like that I can't tell. But that makes me think that if they did use AI to generate these images, they then actually used VFX artists to clean them up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's no way that they're just taking exactly what the AI just output, and they're like, all right, send it into the movie. Doing. And
what I read was that the designs were hand drawn, and that's what they fed the AI. So it's like,
okay. Yeah,
it's a tool, and that's where it's a thin line, and it's one of those things where if you go too far with that, it can be really, really bad. It could be, and I don't want I am the last person to be like, it's AI, it's fine. I've been staunchly anti AI, but for some reason I find myself being quite forgiving of The Brutalist. I think that it's just that good. It's so incredibly well done that. I don't know. One of the things that they also used AI for was the some of the Hungarian dialect.
That's the part I'm interested in is how if
it's not generative, it's not generative AI. They used Respeecher, and they used tools by the people who are making, Adrian Brody and Felicity Jones recorded their voices saying the lines, and a Hungarian person also said those lines, and they adjusted vowels and consonants in spots. So it's like I'm more forgiving of that than I am the buildings. I think that using a tool, which is what I think that version of AI is. It's not generative. A bunch of people had to work on it to make it work. It's not like it was, oh, let's just punch it into a computer and everything will be okay. I don't know. I think that
I see.
Generally, there's a lot more nuance to the AI issue than people like to treat it. Regardless,
it is.
I'm happy that it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna in a Marvel movie where what you're looking at is pretty much 100% just built in a computer. and you're grabbing computer assets anyways, and all these things, and then it's like it is just kind of faster. It's like it's and that's probably why
it's faster. But the thing is that it's mining other people's work. Like, at least with the computer assets for visual effects artists, they are putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are still doing something, a craft of theirs to put something on screen. Now, I never want that to go away. I don't want AI visual effects, because that would eliminate who knows how many fucking jobs for very talented people who deserve to practice their craft, like, but when it comes to this, Adrian Brody had a dialect coach. Felicity Jones had a dialect coach. They worked very, very stringently to get this as right as they possibly could, and they didn't feel like it was right. They actually didn't eliminate any jobs. They didn't take away any of the artistry. In fact, they created more whenever they tried to work around it. They tried their best to make it work, and I think that's. I don't know. That's why it's complicated. Like, I'm anti AI in art, but this isn't generative AI. So, like, that's why I'm like, it can be a tool just like anything else. Yeah, like I am glad that it didn't win Best Editing. For that reason, like, I think that the places it could have been harmed, if The Brutalist had one production design, I would have a little bit of like should it have though? Should it have though? Because some of that's just not real. It didn't win
I guess
editing.
playing
It didn't win
devil's
director.
advocate. Like, I haven't seen The Brutalist, so Adrian Brody's performance can just be really, really good. But, like, with the AI thing, he couldn't it's still kind of in his performance to say, to act Hungarian and, like, to get there. And then to have AI kind of help him sound more Hungarian, is that adding to his performance, in a way that a normal
and
human
obviously
couldn't.
this is all it's tough, because it was probably it was definitely PR, bouncing back, trying to save the reputation. But Brady Corbett, the director, said that legitimately what you are hearing is Adrian Brody. They just make certain letters in what they are saying sharper or rounder to define the word nicer, to, like, actually just slightly more accurately make it Hungarian, which is why I don't think they needed to do it. First off, that's that off rip. I don't think they needed to do it at all. I kind of wish they hadn't, and we could have avoided this whole fucking thing, But he doesn't speak in Hungarian a lot. It's not something he spends a lot of the movie doing.
Okay. So it's not even the whole time. Oh, okay. So I guess I was kind of operating that it was kind of the whole movie, that it was. No.
I mean, he talks with accent, yes, but he does not. He doesn't speak Hungarian unless he's writing letters, and in those moments it becomes voiceover.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, it's. Yeah, I'm like, it's definitely one of those things where upon watching it, I could forgive it quite a bit. Before watching it, I was kind of like, well, fuck this. But then watching it, I was like, oh, okay. Like, but again, it's a slippery slope. If we forgive it too much, how much do they take advantage of that? All that good stuff. So it's complicated, man. But ultimately, I am satisfied with the best cinematography win for it also. God damn, gorgeous movie. I would have been very satisfied with essentially any of those, again, aside from Amelia Perez. Just confounding that got 13 nominations. No idea how that happened. No fucking clue.
Yeah.
That's the amount of nominations Everything Everywhere All at Once got.
Damn. That's sad. That is not okay.
No.
At least they got the lowest amount of votes by far in the Best Picture, like, for the popular vote. I mean, it got 3%, I guess. So 3 nominations, it got 3% of the crowd, I guess, liking it. But Man, yeah. I don't know. It feels like there's always, I don't know, it feels like there's always one kind of movie that you just have to shit on or that you hate that's in the lot of in the Academy. And then I don't know, usually it seems to win something. Or they always have some common trends every year. And I thought they were going to do the thing you hated this year and giving Nora all of the awards and then not giving the best picture.
That usually happens on a technical level. You know, like it's typically like, oh, this movie won best editing, best sound, best score, best, best cinematography. It won all these things that make a movie. Now, when it comes to the film that's winning best director and best writer, if that happens, if best original screenplay and best director goes to the same movie, the best picture is going to that movie. You know, that, I mean, I'd be interested in seeing how often that hasn't happened. But one thing I was curious about, because Emilia Perez only got 13 nominations, it won 2 awards. One of which was for Zoe Saldana as the best supporting actress, which if it was going to win one all night, that's the one I want. I'm okay with that. The other one was original song, which I didn't really give a fuck about, you know? So who cares?
Yeah.
They care. I don't want to dismiss it. They clearly care. They got on stage and sung afterwards. That
was kind of.
I muted the shit. I muted the TV. You're playing motherfuckers off, and then these people sing for too long. Like I let it go, and then I was like, oh my god, they're still fucking going. So I muted it. But regardless,
that was crazy. That was nuts.
Yeah,
but
2 for 13. The most nominations a single film has ever received is 14, and 3 movies have done that.
Damn.
All About Eve, 1950, Titanic, 1997, and La La Land, 2016.
Ooh.
Now, those got one more nomination. All About Eve won 6.
More okay. Anyway, so that's crazy enough. That those movies they got
14 nominations. Emilia Perez got 13.
Okay.
Now, All About Eve won 6 of those. La La Land won 6 of those. Titanic won 11 of its 14.
Okay. Yeah. As it should.
So, Emilia Perez winning 2 out of the 13 it was nominated for kind of shows how hollow their stock in that film was anyway.
Yeah.
You know? Like
6 being the low bar. Actually for
the most nominated film ever,
which is that's crazy, and who knows, you know, maybe there's some other bangers in.
Well, I mean, like just a couple years ago, Everything Everywhere All at Once got 13 noms, and it won Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Directors, Best Original Screenplay, Best Picture. Like it won at least, I think it won Best Editing. Like it won 7 of its 13. So like. Oppenheimer last year, it probably I think it got 13, maybe 12 or 11, but even then, it definitely won more than 2. You know, like that's whenever that happens, and that doesn't happen often, that's the most, our belief in this film was already hollow. We didn't love it anyway. We just wanted to come off as inclusive to the trans community, so we gave Emilia Perez a bunch of nominations. There were so many great trans movies last year. I can't comprehend why this is the one they latched onto. It just kind of boggles the mind for me, because it's as I said, not very good. And I don't think it's great representation. I don't think it's. I think it's just. It's not great. Zoe Saldana, unquestionably good though. So like, I can't really complain about her winning Best Supporting Actress. Ariana Grande is who I would have loved seeing to win that category. She was so good as Glinda, in Wicked, but it is what it is. Wicked brought home a couple costumes and production design, which, yeah, fair. Naturally. You know, like I mean. When it comes to the costumes, they really, I mean, there's just so many of them, you know, like when it came to like Dune, it's like, it's all in the same vein. Those costumes are really impressive, you know, but like, what are we going to do here? Gladiator 2, kind of the same thing. Let's see.
I was hoping Gladiator would go kind of back to back. Like Gladiator 1 I don't know if it actually won costume design in the real awards.
It did.
I was kind of thinking, okay, yeah, for ours. I was thinking like it definitely won for ours whenever we were deciding our 52-year journey, I think. It won the whole mega. I don't know if it won mega costume, but I know it won.
I think we might have given that to Star Wars.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to beat Star Wars, but But Gladiator, I don't know. I was really hoping it would come around. And yeah, the costumes, I don't know. It really just didn't. It didn't really do it for
you
me.
know.
Yeah, it was.
And that's like there. Conclave is a bunch of cardinals. You know, like they're all dressed roughly the same. A Complete Unknown is just like 60s, which is cool. You know, like and I don't want to dismiss any of these films. Like they are all very, very impressive. I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is clearly shit compared to that. No, they're all really, really good. It's just Conclave.
Isn't that just what the real Cardinals wear like now? Like
but they had to design all of those. You know, like it's they still had to put them all together and everything.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess it's they're. Yeah, and I guess, Gladiator, you are just taking from historical context, too. Yeah. It's just taking from today. I guess, yeah, fair
Well, and that's why, like, my top two favorites in this category were Wicked and Nosferatu. I would have loved to have seen either of those take it home. And when it came to production design, the same. I actually, those were my top two again. I would have been satisfied with either. Wicked, very, very deserving of that. The one that I'm glad it didn't win, that it shouldn't win, was Best VFX. Yeah, like the VFX in that movie aren't great. I don't know why they would. But Dune 2 took that home, along with Best Sound, which was no-brainers. Like, yes, we're doing that.
You're very glad.
A spectacle for the senses, for sure.
Yeah, those were the two that... Cinematography would have been nice, but I don't really think that it fully deserves it. I think, it's kind of like a sci-fi principle. I think like any sci-fi movie, if done well, if it's done poorly, you can really tell. But like if it's done mildly well, it's honestly already like it's just on steroid. Everything looks cooler just because it's big in space and not real. I don't know. I think it's like it's tough. But Dune did do a really good job of scale, and everyone always says that of like it's we need this cinematography and director pair just forever, like keep it going. But I don't know, the two Dune one I was really satisfied with. I think that the sound is definitely the most important part of that movie. I think like I would rather watch the movie. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, would I rather watch it blind or deaf? I think blind. I think I'd rather hear the movie and all of the. I don't know. I think I could gather what's going on with just the sound. Yeah, that's a tough question. I don't know.
It is.
The
tough.
Visuals are sick, and
gorgeous movie. That's why I'm like, it won VFX though. I think that was kind of the compensation a little bit in that category because Greg Fraser did win for Dune. Did win for the first Dune in cinematography. But let's see. I don't have many other categories left here to go over. Animated film. I thought Flow was well deserving. Memoir of a Snail would have been my runner-up.
Damn it, Wallace.
I mean, it was a fun.
Didn't win.
Nope, didn't win. Damn shame. Damn. It's frankly just kind of a industry victory that Wild Robot didn't win.
Yeah.
Like I really do. I loved that movie. I think it's great, but it's big budget, big studio. It's cool that Flow managed to take it home, and it was the first Oscar win for a movie from that country. It was Latvia. Yeah. Latvia had never taken home an Oscar, and they finally did.
Nice.
But best makeup, I think we talked The Substance briefly. Would have been cool with, I mean, Nosferatu would have been sick, as, Count Orlok in that movie is pretty well put together. Wicked would have been understandable with Cynthia Erivo in green the whole time. My favorite was personally A Different Man, Sebastian Stan. The what they do to him in that movie is really, really impressive. I love that. But the single biggest win of the night, for my money, is No Other Land taking home Best Documentary. Definitely the most important win, I would say. I only watched two of the nominated documentary features.
Okay, that was the speech that I meant.
I'm Still Here.
When we were talking about, okay, not international. Okay, that's what. Okay, now I'm right. It felt a little wrong back then, but yeah, no, this one, okay, was the good one.
Dude.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're okay. Yeah, it was a huge moment. I really, really loved watching these people be platformed to talk about this. The fact that the Oscar voting body wasn't dominated by Zionists kind of blows me away, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm very, very happy that No Other Land got this win. It's deeply affecting, dude. It doesn't have a U.S. distributor yet. If you are interested in watching it, I have a means. It's called Plex.
Yeah. Okay.
And you sign up for Solidarity Cinema, very, very cool service that provides all sorts of movies for free over there.
Solidarity. Interesting. Yeah.
Solidarity. But Solidarity Cinema, very, very cool resource if you look that up. But No Other Land was a great documentary. It's deeply, deeply sad. Just watching this Palestinian village be displaced by Israel occupational forces coming in and going, hey, this is military training ground. And they're like, nope, this is where I've lived my entire life. And they're like, nope, not anymore. This is military training ground. You're going to have to go. And them refusing to leave, them forcing them to leave. It's really disappointing. But to get somebody on TV with over 1 billion people watching around the world, as Conan said at the beginning of the night,
damn,
to ask for the end of the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. Very, very cool to be able to see that. And
is that true?
Absolutely.
1 billion people?
That's what Conan said. Being watched by 1 billion people around the world, which I found hard to believe. But
yeah, wow. Is anything hit 1 billion live viewer? That just feels like, I don't know. I don't know why that well, I've got some soccer matches definitely, or something like that.
He might have been being facetious, but I don't know. He didn't seem to appear to be joking when he said it.
Yeah,
but
wow. But yeah, anyway, I guess the principle is still there. Like you're speaking on the largest
even if it's
stage,
not 1 billion, like this is the
world.
largest stage for movies there is. You know, that's why I'm like I was very, very happy with that win. I was shocked that it did win. I wanted it to win. Sugar Cane is also a brilliant documentary, very, very harrowing. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat was really interestingly put together. That was what I thought was going to win, just because it was a little safer. But yeah, no, I was very happy with No Other Land winning. Biggest disappointment of the night for me, Nickel Boys going home empty-handed. I think it deserved adapted screenplay. At the very least, I think it deserved Best Picture. I think it deserved Best Director and Best Cinematography. It wasn't nominated in those two categories, but like, there's just all sorts of stuff that I think it should have been nominated for that it wasn't. Conclave won Best Adapted Screenplay, which is fine. You know, it's a good screenplay. Yeah, it's solid. The thing is that Conclave was kind of a return to form. Movies like that used to get made all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And now they don't. So it was like, holy shit, we love this. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. People love the religious movies too. I feel like if it's made well and it just looks good and it has religion, it's like, oh, this shit is just cinema. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of held to a different pedestal. But yeah, you're right.
I was surprised that Conclave didn't take home Best Score. You know, The Brutalist did, which, Brutalist has a score on it. If you can listen to that, that was one of those awards that I'm quite happy with. But yeah, I thought Conclave was going to take home score for sure. Makes me all the more pissed that All Quiet on the Western Front won a couple years ago. Worse score with tougher competition. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But
but yeah, that was I don't know. Brutalist. I'll listen to that. But
dude, it's gorgeous. I love that score.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Anora winning Best Picture. All right, you know, okay. It was it was middle. It was upper middle for me in my top 10. I'll tell you my ranking of the Best Picture movies right now. Actually, I have them all right here. I'll go from the bottom up. At 10, I have Amelia Perez. No surprise there. Shit ass movie. 9, I have 9. I have Conclave. I enjoy Conclave. But I didn't. 8, I have Wicked. I don't technically think Wicked's a better movie than Conclave. I just have a lot of fun watching it, so it couldn't rise up the list, but I would put it above Conclave. 7, I have A Complete Unknown. Good movie. You saw that one. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
6, I'm Still Here. Bottom half. I didn't want it to be bottom half, but it was. It was just one of those where it's like, yeah, sure. Similar to A Complete Unknown, where I think it's like more what it's about kind of propelled it a little bit, And A Complete Unknown actually went empty-handed on the night for as many award nominations as it had. Didn't win a single thing. Only Nickel Boys and A Complete Unknown from the Best Picture category went home empty-handed. Everything else won something. A Complete Unknown going empty-handed, surprising but not disappointing. Nickel Boys going empty-handed, unsurprising and deeply disappointing. That's how I look at it. But 5, The Substance. 4, The Brutalist. 3, Anora. 2, Dune 2. 1, Nickel Boys. That was my Best Picture ranking. But it was quite the Oscars. It was quite the Oscars. And I can't wait for next year.
Man, the people, at least on this list, 33%. I'm Still Here has the largest lead by far for Best Picture.
I'm Still Here has been people love I'm Still Here. That's why I'm like, I might not be like, that's why I was like, maybe the copy I watched did hurt it. I don't think it did though. I don't think it did. I guess the way that I put it in my Letterboxd review was that given the acclaim and the reception it's gotten, I expected the world, but I only got a garden.
Oh, so still beautiful.
Still lovely. Yeah, still lovely. Still nice. I've just seen it, Yeah,
I see.
Still very, very pleasing, but I thought it was gonna blow my mind, So maybe it was an expectation management thing on I'm Still Here, but regardless, I still enjoyed it a great deal. So that's my Oscars takes and such. I think we're good to cap her off there. Got anything to say?
I'm just hoping next year that I can say that I saw more than 6. I'm hoping.
Oh, you will.
At least bare minimum, I need to have seen all of the Best Picture nominations. I'm setting that goal definitely now for the next season. But hopefully a lot more than that. I'm hoping I can do much more than just 10. I think I can do.
Hey, we got Mickey 17 coming this Friday, baby. I'm gonna be in that cinema. I can tell you that much.
I hope it plays. Oh my God, is it not gonna play in Rolla? I swear to fuck.
I think it should.
Think of this. I
don't know. You still got Paddington 3 and Cap 4 in theaters and stuff. There's no telling what they'll play out there.
Oh no, I'm scared. Yeah, I didn't even think of this. Small towns. I don't know. Someone was rooting for the small towns and theaters and just go. Go and
Sean
see
Baker.
a movie. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess. Damn it.
The Anora director. But that was one of the few, like, he did say a couple good things, I didn't mind his speeches. They were good, but just I can't root for the fella, but he made a good movie, but I had a great time watching the Oscars. I can't wait for next award season. We were pretty preoccupied with a bunch of other things, a bunch of other projects this year. Maybe next year we get back into doing our own award show. I obviously did do a little Cinementalists Cinema Awards on Bluesky, if you want to check that out, at Colton Robertson. 6 noms per category. Varied wildly from the Oscars. I gave, like, my most nominated films were not nominated at the Oscars. Like, that's kind of how The Beast. I saw the TV Glow. Nickel Boys got a lot more than 2. There's a lot to enjoy over there. Come on back this Friday. We're kicking off our Sci-Fi month here in March. We've got AI, artificial intelligence. Funny enough, coming this Friday.
Of course.
We are the Steven Spielberg movie starring Haley Joel Osment and Jude Law. Very, very excited for that. Big Sci-Fi month. AI, artificial intelligence is Friday. We've got Pacific Rim next Friday. Sunshine, starring Cillian Murphy on St. Paddy's Day. The original Tron, the Friday after that. And we'll top off the month with Looper. So we've got a lot coming. And then after that, we're blitzing the Mission Impossible franchise ahead of Mission 8. I'm so excited for that. We also have Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast going on right now. Season 1, Episode 2 dropped today. Traces to Nowhere. So if you're a Twin Peaks fan, that's the pod for you. If you're not a Twin Peaks fan, you've never watched it, it is also for you, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. I'm the rewatcher. Joe's the first-time viewer, and we are digging into the mystery of who killed Laura Palmer. No spoilers over there besides what's in the episode we're covering. So it's for everybody. If you've never watched Twin Peaks, now's the time. This is your sign. And since the Oscars were last night, of course, it is time to announce the winners of the Cinementalists giveaway. What we were giving away was a Blu-ray copy of the Criterion Collection edition of Certain Women, 2016, directed by Kelly Reichardt, and the same of Paris is Burning, one of the greatest documentary films ever made, and also along with that, a Letterboxd patron status membership. I'm so very excited to announce the winners. We had a lot of entries, a lot more than I ever thought we were gonna. Very, very pleased with it. Now, there was one person who had a lot more entries than everybody else, so be ready for them to take home the gold here. We'll see how it goes, but I will begin. Drum roll, please. Metaphorical drum roll. Who is taking home Certain Women? It will go to. No surprise here, Zach. That is the fellow with more downloads than anybody. So he's gonna do some damage here. I'm gonna warn you. Zach winning Certain Women there. All right, now we are up to Paris is Burning. Drum roll, please. Jocelyn, friend of the pod. Surprised to not see Zach's name here, but Jocelyn, you're taking home Paris is Burning. I'm gonna go ahead and hit both of you up on Twitter so I can get your mailing addresses, or not Twitter, Bluesky, get your mailing addresses. I can go ahead and ship those to you. Very, very excited for that. Now for the Letterboxd patron status membership. Let's see who is getting an upgrade. This one's the one that's going to cost me. Let's do this. Drum roll, please. Zach, once again. All right, nice. Cool. We are Letterboxd mutuals, me and Zach. And if I recall correctly, he's already a pro member, which means it's just a little bit of an upgrade for him. I like that. I didn't even think about that till just now. That makes me happy.
A Tron lover, a Tron Legacy lover as well. I guess I found him on Bluesky as well. He posted a picture of all his Blu-rays. And I saw Twin Peaks. He has the whole collection. Oh,
Zach's a real motherfucker, man. We've been we were Twitter moots prior to being Bluesky mutuals. I mean, we've been in each other's Twitter sphere for a couple years now. So it was very, very cool that he entered the giveaway, and he's walking away with a new Blu-ray. Yeah. New Criterion Collection, and a little upgrade on Letterboxd. And Jocelyn, very, very close friend of the pod. Love her to death. One of my favorite, again, Twitter mutuals now, Bluesky Mutual. There were several great people on Bluesky who entered. Love you guys. Garrick, definitely one of the realest motherfuckers we got out there. Adore Garrick with all my heart. Unfortunately, coming home empty-handed. Sorry about that. Let's see. We had a few. Stephen Parker entered. It was I've only come to know him through Bluesky. But there was there was a lot of other people. There were a few people that I don't know all that well, and I don't even really know Stephen Parker that well. We've just been in each other's Bluesky sphere a little bit, but it was a good entry. It was a good giveaway. I'm very, very happy with it. Zach and Jocelyn, congratulations. I'll be hitting you up soon. But yeah, leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. And with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, support your local cinema, bitch.